This podcast is part of the Robcast Podcast Network, the podcast network for thieves.
This is a robbery.
Role play me in. Please role play me in. Now I'm working myself up to a nice warm bliss. All my memories of you ring like tinnitus. If I stop, it's just pain. Please role play me in. Role play. What a week for Ireland football!
Oh, what a week!
Great, and we go on to now this match on Tuesday against Denmark, which will see us go into the World Cup this year in 2026. And it was written in the stars; we were destined to win. And Troy Parrott scored another hat trick there.
I know,
against
incredible stuff.
Czechia.
A hat trick in a 6-0 win in Prague, where the players played with a great deal of style and panache, so lacking in the modern game.
And well done to Ryan Manning and Azaz and Brown, who scored the other 3 goals.
Yes, and collectively shared the Man of the Match award. They wanted to give it to Troy Parrott, but he said no. He said, Tony, I love where I'm from. And he said, give it to the 3 of them for their collective perfect contribution.
And then we woke up and it was all a dream. And we actually lost in penalties. It was one of... I actually still struggle to talk about it, to be honest, because it was just...
Well, this is a podcast,
so I have to talk. Oh, yeah. It was pretty devastating. I posted a picture on my... Did you see the picture I posted on my story?
Yeah, that was quite funny.
I liked the I suppose the whole image. The front of it was like half finished pints. Yeah, and it was people looking off at it was kind of like a Renaissance painting in my mind.
Well, yeah.
But then it was in the middle ground. It was me sitting there. That was a real image. I sat like that. I sat really sad looking for about 10 minutes. Just didn't say anything. It was really bad.
That's like the flip side. You know the famous image from the Portugal game of the guy doing the crying eyes to Ronaldo, which was a hilarious, joyous image, capturing the positive vibes of that moment. Your image was like the evil version of that.
Yeah, it was crap.
It was crap. I was also very disappointed because after Ireland's first goal, I put up a story saying "Coy Big." Come on, you boys in green. After their
is that what it stands for?
Yeah, that's what it stands for.
I thought it was something else.
Now you know. It's come on, you boys in green. After the second goal, I put up a story saying "Coy Bigger," which I thought was quite funny. And then I was like, once they win, I'm gonna put up a story saying "Coy Biggest," but they didn't.
Wasn't to be. I was watching it in a pub, a local enough pub down in Broadstone, the north side of the city. You'd be unfamiliar, but I got up on the couch for the first 2 goals and then hugged randomers when Caoimhin Keller saved the penalty in penalties. I was like, oh, well, maybe we actually are going to go through.
Not to be. And usually we record the podcast on a Friday.
Yeah.
But I kind of messaged you to be like, are we doing it? And you were like, no, I'm too sad.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm pretty sad too, but I knew you were even sadder.
I was very sad on Friday. So, look, I've gotten over it a bit more. I haven't really been talking about it. I think I've kind of bottled it up. But look,
I'm trying to make you cry, is what I'm saying. Before this podcast is out, I want to see some emotion from you, Carrick. I want to see tears. I want to see fears.
Okay, I can give you tears and fears. Tears for fears. Everybody wants to rule the role play.
Okay, I thought maybe you had a better plan for it.
I did. That's one of my favorite songs of all time. Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
don't change.
I'm trying to get off the fucking topic.
I tell you who won't be ruling the World Cup.
Ireland.
Why am I? I've taken on this role of like trying to bait you. I'm sad too.
You're sad too, man.
This is how I deal with my sadness. You're trying
to offload. Did you see up north? they've introduced a kids court for speeders, people who speed. They have to go to these kid courts, and like the kids are the court, the judges, and they have to explain why they sped.
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Yeah,
I don't think it is.
No, it is. No,
this is a real.
This
thing.
is a real thing. It's not a gag. Yes,
kids, as in children.
And I think children, and they conduct the court. I don't think it has any legal standing, but I think it's a requirement for people who speed. They have to go and explain to these children why they sped. I think it should be expanded to other crimes like murder or nonsense.
Not nonsense, I think. I think we're opening up a real can of worms there.
Yeah, you'd have...
Just leave him with the children for an hour to explain himself. Yeah. And then...
You'd have people, committing crimes on purpose.
Yeah.
Please send me to court.
Oh, no. Now I have to go to the kids' court.
Oh, no. This is the one thing I did want to have.
Nonsense are just speeding up and down all of the roads in Northern Ireland at the moment. Oh, whoops.
Please find another
What was I doing, officer? Maybe this is their way of trying to get rid of the pedophiles, because they've said they have to do this. So now all of the pedophiles will be driving very recklessly. Mm-hmm. So they appear before kids' court and possibly crashing and dying as a result. Apparently
the kids' court, they have the authority to call for the death penalty.
Death sentence.
Yeah.
And they have been using it widely.
Abundantly, yeah.
They have not been exercising judicial caution.
No, they've been going
death
wild.
Penalty.
Yeah, they really have been going wild with power. They've killed many nonces. So,
okay,
look,
well,
Now, they were presenting as speeders, as people who'd been found guilty of speeding, but...
Yeah, well, look, who's to say what... Back in the days of the Bible, it was an eye for an eye. People always used to say it makes the whole world blind, but you still have another eye. What are your thoughts on the death penalty? Pro? Against?
Against. I don't think...
Bit of an ick?
I don't think... Bit of a... Death penalty.
Ick?
Oh, I don't know. Some forms of the death penalty are ick, like electric chair, ick.
Yeah, pretty icky, I would say.
If you're imagine watching someone die, like in the electric
chair.
Via
the electric
chair. Like shaking and all.
You'd be very embarrassed for them.
You didn't wet the sponge.
Oh, Green Mile. Yeah.
But a lethal injection, this injection's lethal.
Yeah.
It's been lethal.
If you were being killed by lethal injection, would you say that right before? That'd be a great way to go.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to go.
And you can actually do there's a few other things, like if you were getting like the guillotine or something, someone's about to chop off your head.
Yeah,
you could just like right before it's going to, it's like, oh, I've lost my head or something.
Yeah. Or
head's gone, and then
if you're a firing squad, after getting shot, doesn't work.
That doesn't really.
Doesn't have the same thing.
Yeah. You could maybe.
Oh, okay, I have one. Uh-huh. Yeah, you get sent to the fucking noose. Oh, I'm bleeding, hanging.
Yeah, that's good. You have to make sure you got really drunk.
Yeah.
Before.
Oh, I'm bleeding, hanging this morning. I am.
Yeah. If I was being sent to the firing squad, I would, because usually a firing squad in that sort of scenario, they probably have lots of artillery, lots of weaponry.
Yeah.
So I would request, instead of a firing squad, they throw a grenade at me, and as like I'm about to catch it, I would go, "Don't you know I'd catch a grenade for you?" Catch it, explode, and then the last thing people remember about me is like, actually, it's a pretty nice voice.
I don't know if they would leave you in a position to catch the grenade.
Well, they might.
Would it not be then like you'd be able to throw it back then? You'd be able to throw it back while you're singing, throwing it back like.
Oh,
but then you still blow yourself up like.
Yeah. Well, I would promise not to throw it back at them. Can't make any promises about throwing it back.
Rank.
Here's my big ass.
You have a voluptuous dumper.
Ooh, a serious dump truck.
Beep, beep, beep. That's the sound of you reverse backing it up kind of thing. Rank these 5 methods of the death penalty, okay,
here comes you can keep the lid on the joe.ie for only so long.
Well,
top 5
if that was
you'd never believe number 3.
If it was joe.ie, I'll get you the blind rank it. But this
and there'd be some sort of the chicken fillet roll element would be found. Number one would be you have to eat 1 million chicken fillet rolls.
Well, that I thought you were better than that now, to be honest.
Sorry, I'm kind of coming for you today. I don't know why.
Because that is... We're a lot more self-aware.
You do it with
ironic.
a wink. Yeah, you do it with a wink.
A wank?
Well,
rank these, okay?
Wank these.
wank these.
Wank these.
Blind wank.
Blind wank.
Blind wank me.
Okay, I'll blind wank you, and then I will blind wank these. Okay, let's actually blind do it, so I don't know what's coming next.
But I'm after saying them earlier. But anyway, okay, right? Okay, you put these in number 1 to 5, right?
Right.
Hanging, public hanging.
Public hanging. I'm gonna say, see, there's 2 elements here, okay? One is like how much it's gonna hurt, and another is how badass it is. I kind of think getting hanged is sort of badass.
It is.
It's a good enduring image, but I do think you'd have, if your neck didn't break straight away, then it's a pretty grim way to go out. So I'm gonna put that in the middle of the road. I'm gonna go 3.
Yeah. You're also wearing a bag over your head, though. Do you know?
No, I'd request no bag.
No bag.
Well, maybe a bit of bag.
Yeah, maybe with a bag. Then you'd be hanging.
Exactly.
Okay, number 3. So, firing squad.
Firing squad is really badass. I'm picturing myself. I'm part of some sort of revolution.
Yeah, the heroes of the 1916 Rising firing squad.
Yeah. I'm like screaming like "Viva la Revolution!"
Yeah, you're in Kilmainham jail. You've just
Kilmainham Gaol. Yeah.
So you're saying where are you putting that?
Huh?
Where are you putting it?
I'm putting this. Oh, see, it'd be really painful, but I'm realizing the more painful, the more badass. I'm putting that number 2.
Number 2, okay.
I think it's really cool.
I think it could be really a very quick death.
Yeah, actually, it depends where the first bullet hits you.
Yeah, I think they are humane about it. Like,
yeah, I don't think they do it that much anymore.
You can get it done in America.
You can get it. You can request.
like the way you can go to Turkey for
like an app for it. Yeah.
You can get it done. You can get euthanized in Switzerland apparently. But anyway, you can get euthanized in America by firing squad.
Yeah, that's
okay. Lethal injection.
Yeah, so lethal injection is probably like the most comfortable way to go out, but it's also, I'm kind of like, it's not particularly exciting, and you're probably like sitting down or lying down. You can't, check out quite visibly. It's not that cool, so I'm gonna go 4.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what I'm gonna go 1 because I'm trying to think of all the ones you've named.
So I've gone firing squad.
You said firing squad, hanging, lethal injection.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go electric chair.
That's 5.
Yeah,
for me, because electric chair
would be the worst, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's not cool. It's you're there convulsing in front of it. That's everyone's last.
And they have the little watching areas.
Yeah,
I'm going off Greenwell again.
You just assume everything is how it was in movies from a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a good line you could do though. You'd be like, "Well, this is a bit of a shock to the system."
I was gonna say. Yeah. I'm buzzing.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. I don't know if you buzz when you're electrocuted. Shock to the system, probably a bit.
Yeah,
but you were, found guilty like years ago.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
you can't read into it too much.
All right, I have one more.
Yeah, and there's only one slot left on my list.
The guillotine.
And I would put that number 1.
Yeah,
I would put that number 1 because A, super badass. B, painless. And you're dead instantly.
Oh, well, I was going to say it's associated with revolutions as well, but it's actually the wrong side of the revolution, isn't it? It's like you guillotine the rich, guillotine the royals.
But that means I was rich beforehand, so I had
probably had a good life.
Yeah, I had a good time. Yeah. Right. Okay, yeah, that's my blind ranking.
Okay, so we're going guillotine, firing squad, hanging,
lethal injection,
electric chair.
Would you agree? Would you list?
I would actually put it in that order as well. Yeah.
Look at us. We're on the same page.
Now, this episode is sponsored by the lethal injection.
Yes.
Only messing, but it is sponsored by these guys.
War! It's never been a better time to be a fan of war. Russia versus Ukraine, the Middle East, pretty much anything the US is doing. We are drowning in war.
And good news, war fans, we've got the perfect way for you to get even closer to the action with the world's first war-based betting company, Death365.
Get ready to watch your profits go nuclear. Death365 offers you the best odds in military gambling with first-time free bets and bonuses offered to help you make a bomb.
Downloading the app lets you track your bets in real time during battles, invasions, and protracted artillery and naval campaigns.
And in case you start to feel physically sickened by the cognitive dissonance and desensitized attitude one must have to reduce human brutality to a set of gamified statistics, don't worry, we'll distract you with memes.
Humanity's loss is your gain with Death 365. Gamble responsibly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Roleplay. Simon Hennessy here. We are joined today on the couch by someone who does a lot of embarrassing things. So that's the guest that our producers have got for us today. Slow News Week at Roleplay. Please welcome.
That was pretty embarrassing.
That was kind of embarrassing. I guess
yeah.
I'm getting your energy.
I'm rubbing off on you, Simon.
I guess, yeah. Not the voice I was expecting from you, sir. Who?
Why is embarrassing?
Well, I'll let the listeners be the ones to decide that, but let's tell them who you are.
Yeah.
You are Simon M. Barassment.
Yes, Simon like yourself.
Well,
but I'm Simon Embarrassment.
Not like myself. Yeah. Let's just say it.
But same first name.
Okay, same first name,
Yeah.
but otherwise that's with similarities and similarities.
And simultaneously, we are both called Simon.
Yeah. So
at the same time.
Yeah.
But yes, I suppose I'm sorry that the producers obviously couldn't find a better guest, and I am quite embarrassed about that. But I suppose my story it mostly has to do with me doing embarrassing things throughout my life, and I'm talking about embarrassing things that were hitherto unexperienced. Thank you. Oh, now I'm going red.
Oh, you shouldn't. It is a good word. Don't get embarrassed at things that aren't embarrassing, Simon. Embarrassment. Is it Simon M. Barassment, as in M is your middle name?
Yeah.
What does the M stand for?
Mortified.
Nice. Yeah. Not a typical middle name, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe Morty for short.
Okay, yeah. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. No problem.
Simon Morty Barassment.
Yeah. You could have been called Mortified, alternatively.
Well, no, my first name's Simon.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't work.
No, fair enough.
Oh, now I'm Scarlet.
Yeah, you seem to be getting embarrassed a lot. Yeah, I see why this is your kind of story and why that was your kind of pitch.
Oh, don't look at me. I'm bleeding mortified, which is my middle name.
Would you rather I didn't look at you? I mean, I'm interviewing you. There's only the two of us here.
Okay, I'll make an exception this one time.
Thanks, Simon.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for me about my embarrassing things?
Yeah, I guess. Tell me about your embarrassing things.
Great question. So,
thanks.
I suppose it goes back to when I was in school. Like, I really started to embarrass myself back then. Mm-hmm. I'd spill yogurt all over me and all over my crotch area, and people called me fruit pubes.
That's nasty enough. Kind of funny though, it rhymes.
Yeah, but it was very embarrassing for me, Simon.
I can imagine.
And then, other times I'd call my teacher Ma'am.
That is embarrassing.
Yeah, I'd be like, Ma'am, can I latch?
Okay, that you'd say, Ma'am, can I latch?
You know when you call your teacher Ma'am? Instead of Miss.
Yeah, that is embarrassing.
Oh, I was
the latch part, I think, is actually more embarrassing.
All the lads would be like, oh, what? Ryan called.
The lads have called you Ryan.
Yeah, which was actually even more embarrassing. They didn't know my name was Simon. That's
so crazy because the co-host of this podcast is called Ryan. He's not here right now. He tends to step out for about 10 minutes every
episode. And then you step out.
Yeah, well, sometimes the other way around.
Yeah.
But
I know, I'm familiar.
Okay.
Yeah, oh God, I'm mortified that I told you about that.
Another embarrassing moment for you,
I'm so embarrassed.
Simon.
But yeah, no, they'd say Simon's after calling the teacher Ma'am. And I'd be like, no, stop, lads. And they'd be like, oh, he's going red. Look at him, little embarrassing freak and all.
Okay, yeah. Did they say anything about the latch part? Did they call attention to that?
And then other times, I suppose more recently, I'd wave at someone. And thinking they're waving at me, but they're actually waving at someone behind me, Simon.
Oh, that is embarrassing.
Oh, I know, yeah. That is embarrassing. And
it is.
Yeah.
It is embarrassing when that happens. And, how do you deal with this embarrassment, Simon M. Barassment? Because obviously it seems to happen to you a lot, so you must be pretty used to it these days, but you're still going scarlet quite often.
Yeah. Oh God, I actually am just mortified. But sometimes I'd be in this happens to me quite a lot. I'd be in a library and I'll be not anymore. When I was in college, a few years ago. But sometimes I go to the library now and read books. But when I was in the library, I'd like, you know, when like, you think your headphone is like plugged in to your phone and you're like listening to something, and then you realise that your phone actually isn't plugged, like your headphones aren't actually in, and it's actually playing out loud in the library, and everyone can hear the porn that you're watching.
All right, again, I'm noticing a pattern start to emerge here.
No, that's embarrassing.
I keep saying
weird.
Whereas
thing.
I feel like I'm subconsciously trying to embarrass myself
I'm
to
scarlet
alleviate your
for you
embarrassment.
now. I'm scarlet for you.
As you should be. But you don't be scarlet for yourself. And what I'm noticing here, Simon, embarrassment, is that you're getting embarrassed about a part of a thing that's kind of embarrassing, but then there's another part of it that's a lot more embarrassing.
Yeah, and
like the porn of it.
You know, like when you're on like the bus and it accelerates too quickly and then you fall over and you end up sitting on someone's lap and you're latched on then.
Sorry.
And then she's cradling there, and like you're like in her lap and she's cradling you like a little baby, and you're one on the bus
who you've fallen into the lap of and then latched.
What?
And by latched, Simon, embarrassment, could you just clarify what exactly you mean? What exactly are you latching onto, and what are you latching with?
You know when the bus accelerates too quickly.
Yeah, and you fall.
Like you lose your balance like immediately, and it happens on the Lewis as well. Don't forget. Yeah.
And you fall into...
You fall over.
Someone's lap.
And then, the worst one is when you go in for a handshake.
Different anecdote, we moved on.
When you go in for a hug, but they're going in for a handshake. And you end up latching.
So this is now the third time, Simon, that one of your embarrassing anecdotes has ended with you latching. But you haven't clarified what you mean by any of those. And I'm sorry to press you on this, but people will be making their assumptions. This is your chance to clear it up and explain exactly what you mean by latching. What are you latching onto? What are you latching with?
I think you're latching onto something now, and I think we should move on. But when like
the latch is out of the bag on the...
Well, speaking of bag, first of all, do you have any? And second of all, when you're walking down the street and someone comes up to you and they say, "Oh, sorry, your bag's open."
Yeah.
Oh, and then you know that it's been open for ages, and then everyone can see that you have your dirty little porn mags in there. You have dirty, like, inappropriate porn mags with your weird fetishes about...
I can see how that would happen to you, yes. I can see that happening.
Dirty things.
Yeah.
And they can see all these porny mags, and all your little dirty secrets are falling out onto the street when you try to close your bag.
I don't think you are embarrassed about your dirty little secrets falling out, because you seem to be doing your best to slip them in to every single anecdote you mentioned. You talk about porn, watching it on your phone in the library. You shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Porny mags in your bag. Okay, fine for you to have, I suppose.
Me so porny.
Okay. Yeah, I get horny for porn.
But me so embarrassed as well. I'm so mortified. Like
I know that you're mortified.
Yeah.
Simon, embarrassment. You're mortified about the wrong things. I fear, Simon. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
But you don't. You've no shame or guilt or embarrassment.
When someone catches a Shazam in a song and it's a really popular song, like ABBA's.
Does your mother know that you're out? I'm guessing, or something like that. Something inappropriate like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that, Simon. Or they catch you Shazam and
porn,
and porn doesn't show up on Shazam.
Well, you would know.
They should make a Shazam for porn. They should, Simon. Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
In what scenario would you need to use a Shazam for porn, Simon? Embarrassment.
You'd be surprised how many times it comes up for me. And look, if you know anyone who's embarrassing me as me and wants to read some porny mags, just give me a shout.
Yeah, I don't. I'm afraid I don't. But if I come across them, I definitely will send them your way.
Do.
Because I think.
Leave the door on the latch.
All right. On that note, thank you so much, Simon Embarrassment, for joining us today and sharing your embarrassing porn and latch heavy anecdotes.
No, it's just embarrassing stories. Everyone has them.
I'm not so sure they do.
Just a little mortified I am.
Okay. Thank you so much. Simon, thanks for listening.
Other podcasts on the Robcast Podcast Network include the Rob Me Blind Boy podcast, My Therapist Robbed Me, and the one you're listening to right now. Welcome back to Roleplay with me, Ryan Carrick. Obviously a very sad week in terms of Irish football, and this week's guest is someone who went over to the game in Prague and has returned home to tell us about her experience. It's influencer Brenda M. Bassador. Brenda, thank you so much for chatting to us today. That's funny, you're the second person on the show today with the using their initial, which is an M, in their name.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan. Thanks so much for having me on your podcast today. I was a little bit nervous going on your podcast today.
Oh, why is
because
that?
I haven't been on your podcast before. But then you asked me a question like that, and it really showed me that it was a good podcast and that it was full of good vibes and viral.
I don't think I asked you a question.
I'm going to give your opening question a 10 out of 10.
I didn't ask a question,
Thank you.
but
Right.
I will ask questions.
I was nervous about you having not asked a question. But then you said that, and it showed me that your questions are going to be really fun and viral. I'm going to give that a 10 out of 10.
You're rating everything I do. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look, how did you get on in Prague? Obviously, not the best week, but I suppose the hype and the buzz around the game. There was a lot of hope, a lot of positive feeling around it, and everyone in Prague seemed to have a good time. What was your experience?
Yeah. Get ready with me to answer Ryan's question on his viral podcast, Roleplay.
Viral.
What was your question again?
What was your experience like in Prague?
Yeah. So I went to Prague and I had a really good time. I was kind of nervous getting on the flight because I hadn't got on that flight before. But Aer Lingus sorted me out with a really nice flight, and I had a really good time. And the flight was viral, and all of the food was packed with protein.
Okay,
So
okay, good.
I'm
So
going to give that flight a 10 out of 10.
given the flight is okay. Look, what about when you got to Prague? Tell me about game day. What did you do? What did you do the day of the match?
Yeah, so totally. So we got to Prague, and I was kind of nervous getting into Prague because I'd never been to Prague before. And it was a city that isn't in Ireland. But when we got there, I saw that Prague was really fun and quite viral. And
Hold on
had a
now.
really good time.
What do you mean
And so
viral?
I can give Prague a 10 out of 10.
Okay, you're gonna give perfect 10 out of 10. What do you mean Prague was viral?
Come with me to tell you
Now.
about... Yeah, come with me to tell you about Prague.
Yeah. You did.
Because-
You gave it 10 out of 10. You said
Yeah.
viral.
Yeah.
So you're not telling us anything about Prague.
So when I got to Prague,
Yeah.
I was a little bit nervous.
Yeah. Why? Because you'd never been, because it's not a place in Ireland. Grand. Okay. So
Yeah.
like, what did you do the day of the match, the football match?
Well, come with me to tell you what I did on the
So
day.
Come With Me is a format that people use online on social media videos. You don't do it in real life when you're talking to someone.
Yeah, I was a bit nervous about doing it in real life when I'm talking to someone. But then you came with me and it was viral. So
What was viral? What was viral? What was viral?
so Prague was really viral
How?
because, well, come with me.
Okay.
So in
You gotta
Prague,
explain. Yeah,
I went to get some delicious brownies.
Right.
I was kind of nervous.
What does this have to do with the Ireland match? You flew over to the Ireland match to watch the Ireland game, yeah?
Yeah. And the Ireland game made me kind of nervous. So
Why?
I went,
Because you'd never been to an Ireland game.
because I went to get some brownies.
How would you rate the Ireland game?
10 out of 10.
Why would you give it 10 out of 10?
Well,
They lost.
come with me
Yeah.
and I'll tell you why
Okay.
I'll give it 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
First, I had some delicious brownies from a really viral spot
At the match.
in Prague. No, in Prague. Those brownies, I was a bit nervous. to
Why?
have.
Why?
Because
You
I never had a
those
brownie
brownies.
before.
You never had a brownie.
Never had a brownie before.
That's wild.
But the brownies ended up being really delicious. And so I am going to give them a 10 out of 10 because they were really viral and they were packed with protein. Next up was the Ireland match. Now, before the Ireland match, get ready with me because I was really nervous
Why?
because I'd never been to an Ireland match before.
Oh, you were nervous
In
because-
Prague.
Yeah, of course. In Prague. Okay. So you've been to an Ireland match before?
I was going to see the football. Now I was kind of nervous because I'd never footballed before.
Okay, so you'd never played football or
There'd never been football before. And I was kind of nervous about that. But it ended up being really viral, delicious, and packed with protein. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10.
The match?
Yes.
What do you mean full of protein, though?
So we took our seats.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest with you, Ryan. I was really nervous. Because
It's the first time you sat down before?
first time I sat down before. But the seat ended up being really comfortable, delicious, and it had lots of protein.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give the seat
10 out of 10.
Thank you, seat.
Okay.
Then the football
Are
started.
you sponsored by Seat?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess you're going. I stopped you.
I've been sponsored by all these things.
Okay, good.
All of them. Then the football started. Troy Parrott.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
I was kind of nervous, Troy Parrott, because I never Troy Parrott before. But Troy Parrott ended up being protein. So I'm going to give Troy Parrott 10 out of 10. Thanks, Troy. #ad.
You're sponsored by Troy and he's protein. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. What about the rest of the game? That was it? You went home afterwards?
So after the game, I was really nervous because I never left the game.
After the game was really nervous. The period of time was nervous.
After the game, I was really nervous because after the game, I had never left a football before. But it ended up leaving really viral and delicious. Not to mention
Full of protein. Yeah. Yeah. So what are you going to give that? I think about maybe a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that you know nothing about football because nothing you've said really makes sense.
Nothing I had said had made sense, which made me nervous.
Yeah.
But then I said, and saying ended up being pretty delicious. And also,
What did? What? Okay, said.
And
Yeah.
said ended up lots of protein.
Said ended up lots of protein. Okay. Yeah,
So
okay.
that ended up getting a delicious out of 10.
Okay, so you've changed. That's the first non-10 out of 10 you've given. So it's
Sorry, I
delicious.
meant to say 10 out of 10.
Okay.
10 out of 10.
So you're home now. How did you feel after the loss?
After the loss, I ended up being
Nervous.
nervous
Yeah.
because I'd never been after a loss before. But then it ended up actually being pretty delicious.
Delicious, yeah.
And after the loss, ended up being the most protein. So after the loss, 10 out of 10. But sad because of Ireland. Did they? What happened? Did it?
They lost. Yeah, they lost some penalties.
Losing can be not good and it can make you nervous.
Nervous, yeah.
But sometimes losing can actually have lots of protein and be delicious and good. So this time I'm going to lose 10 out of 10. And that is sponsored for losing.
It's like it's sponsored by losing.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you get this trip?
Well, HelloFresh sent me.
Okay. Well,
Thank you, HelloFresh.
Thank you, HelloFresh. 10 out of 10.
No.
8
out of 10.
8 out of 10. Okay, well, that's the first honest answer you've given. Well, look, Brenda, thank you so much for coming on Roleplay and chatting to us.
And roleplay, I was nervous.
Yeah, because we've been on before.
It was just all protein. So
Yeah,
roleplay 10 out of 10.
We're a very protein.
Who do I send the invoice to?
Well, this is we don't pay.
No. I said it was 10 out of 10 and I said it was protein. Who do I send the invoice to?
I suppose you can send it to the roleplaypod@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Brenda.
Thanks. 10 out of 10.
Well, I'm glad Brenda was sent to the Ireland match.
Yeah, by HelloFresh.
By HelloFresh. She seemed to have a great time.
Yeah, well, everything was
10 out of
10
10.
out of 10.
Full of protein and
Yeah.
viral as well. So
And good for her. I'm glad she had that experience.
yeah, she deserved it.
She-
She's been working hard on her socials.
She really has.
She's a big fan. She's a big Ireland fan. So
Yes, well, evidently, you know. I hope she starts feeling less nervous about things before
was so
going in.
nervous.
Yeah, because they always ended up being really good. So.
but at least she wasn't embarrassed.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. Unlike our poor friend Simon, Embarrassment.
Yeah.
Not really doing the Simon community charity or community of people.
I was like,
called
I've heard that
Simons. A lot of good work.
Yeah.
No, he's,
I think he likes to latch on things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is what I gathered from listening back to that.
And I
was listening in the green room.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, you do that as well.
Yeah.
I always do that too.
Yeah.
I can only assume the latching was very much a sexual thing.
100%. Yeah. Well, I think it goes back to some deep-seated issues from his childhood.
Yeah.
As you can tell from the story about his teacher and stuff.
Yeah. The deep-seated issue of him trying to latch on to his teacher.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, interesting stuff.
And on that note,
we don't just play roles that we come up with for ourselves.
No, we play sometimes roles that you guys come up with, and that's where the dice element of this bloody podcast comes into play.
We actually never even explained the podcast at the top.
No, this is role play.
Role play.
The podcast with me, Ryan Carrick.
And me, Simon Hennessy, where we play roles and where we also roll a dice.
So today we're going to roll a dice, and there are 6 sketch scenarios that were sent in by yourselves on the corresponding numbers on the dice, and we're going to roll that and play whatever sketch we land on. Pretty straightforward, if you ask me.
It's quite easy and simple to understand. It's quite fun and exciting.
And funny.
Funny.
And comedy history as well.
Comedy history being made every week by us. We're about to make comedy history again with this dice roll. 4.
Wow.
4 is one of those family tree shows, but the historian clearly wants to talk about their family more. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that is a good one. That's from Nate.
Thank you, Nate.
Thank you, Nate. That is actually a really funny sketch idea.
Yeah. Which implies that the other ones we've gotten haven't been. They have been.
They've
been
all great. Some have been a little bit more vague or broad. Well, this one is kind of does all the work for us. Really.
Yeah. We know what you want to see here, and we know what you want to hear, and you will see it, and you will hear it
right now.
Welcome back to Genealogy with me, Dr. Genealogy, where we take some famous faces from your TV screens and elsewhere and find out where do they come from and who's in their family tree. Today we are joined by TV personality Anne Cestor. Anne. Welcome.
Hello, Gene. It's me, Anne Cestor. You may know me from my work in TV, in cooking, and as international techno DJ. Yes. That's my line of work.
Fascinating mix there, Anne.
Yes, just like my mix on BBC Radio 1 that just went out today.
The Cestor Sessions.
Yes.
Yes.
Not to be confused with the Incestor Sessions, which is no relation to me at all. But speaking of relations, I thought it was about time that I found out about my heritage and where I come from.
Can we find that out? Yes, we can. Sister.
Ancestor, yes, I quite like that.
And sister.
And I insist that you move along with it.
Incestor. Was there incest in your family tree? Were there individuals to be proud of, to be not so proud of? Faces we'll recognize, faces we won't.
Well, hopefully, Dr. Gene, that we can find this out.
Yes.
Post-haste.
Yes.
Post-haste.
Post-haste indeed.
.com.
Is that a new website of yours? Anne, I know you loved fingers in many pies.
Anne!
Well, Anne, we've built the suspense quite enough. It's time to find out if your family tree is, good or bad. Mine is something of a slam dunk. Yes, no need to dwell on it. Just.
Well, is my
hint there about the Alogy family line, but
is my family tree an oak or a birch? We shall soon find out. I'm used to presenting. I'm taking over your show,
no,
Dr. Gene.
Don't worry, Anne. It's perfectly natural to be nervous in a situation
I'm
like
not nervous.
this.
I'm not nervous.
Let's see if you, like me, though, can shoot for 3 with your family line.
Okay,
Anne.
That's the second basketball reference you've made.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
And you have an interesting family history, it's fair to say.
Oh, now I am nervous. Yes, quite, Anne.
Wiped. As a previous guest on this podcast might have said. Anne, the roots of your family tree go very far.
Very deep into the ground.
No, I said very far.
Sorry.
They extend well beyond this.
Far and wide.
Far and wide. They extend far beyond our little rainy isle. They extend throughout Europe, throughout the Asias, the Africas, all the way down to the Antipodes. But somebody else's family tree extends, you know, in certain directions, perhaps into the Americas, all the way to LA, baby.
Wow. Okay. Well,
to the LA.
That's so interesting.
Stadium. What's the stadium in?
Well, I don't know.
Anne, did you know that you?
Do you want to tell me who you're related to? Is that what you're getting at here?
I mean, come on. What gave you that impression, Anne?
Well, you've made 3 references to, I'm assuming, the LA Lakers.
Well,
Are you related to LeBron James?
Of course, I'm not related to LeBron James, and that's ridiculous.
Well, are you related to another
You
basketball?
couldn't think of anyone else who played.
Not one.
Well, let's just say that, you know, if a relation of mine had been a Jedi, you might call him Kobe-1 Kenobi. Leave it at that.
So you're related to Kobe Bryant?
Kobe Bryant, yeah.
Kobe Bryant,
Kobe
yes.
Bryant, yeah.
A
Magnificent player.
Fantastic player.
One of the greats.
Yes.
I think it's fair to say.
And he met an untimely demise.
A very tragic end, yes, and we mourn his passing in the family quite a bit. I don't mean to dwell on Kobe, but
Well, yes, this episode is about me,
it is
Anne
about
Cestor.
you, Anne Cestor, and you know, I think we'll find out about you, and that will be fine. But Bryant was really the top of the game, man. No one shot a 3 like the Black Mamba.
That is so true. Now, speaking of...
He ruled the court. He could play point guard. He could play one of the other positions as well. He shot 3s. He had slam dunks. He hit the back of that hoop, and he hit the back of that ass when he was having sex with sexy ladies. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but he was not just a player on the court. He was a man about town.
Well,
A handsome man.
I insist that you carry on with this episode and we focus on my lineage and my ancestry and we get on with it because
Well,
I've had enough.
and
I am Anne Cestor.
And it's not only about you, because it's Kobe about me a little bit as well.
But you...
Kobe Bryant. What a player. Would you agree would you say he's the GOAT?
I would say he is possibly the GOAT, although LeBron gives him a run for his money, and you cannot forget. You cannot forget MJ. You cannot forget.
Come off it.
These are the 3 basketball players that I know of, and I have a right to tell you which one is the best.
Okay, and who do you think it is? And bear in mind, if you don't say Kobe Bryant, I'm going to tell you some very uncomfortable things about your family history.
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is the best.
You read it? Final answer,
Space Jam. Space Jam was amazing. It's Michael's Magic Shoes.
Space Jam was a phenomenal
Yes,
film, but it should have been Kobe Bryant in that role. Are you sure you want to go down this road?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I want to find out who I'm related to.
Okay, well, how about this? You're related to Hitler. Adolf Hitler.
Adolf Hitler?
Direct line.
The painter?
Amongst other things, yes. And not only that.
The revolutionary?
Oh, Anne. I'm very worried about what you're going to say next about.
The guy with the lovely mustache?
I mean, well, let's...
No, I'm joking. That thing was hideous.
No,
what
it
did he
wasn't
do
good.
post 1929?
I'm not so sure you want to know, Anne, but you may know all about your other relation, Joseph Stalin.
You must be joking.
I'm not. Great moustache, though.
Great moustache.
You'd have to agree. Yes. Quite indeed.
Yes.
And Genghis Anne, you were related to Genghis Khan. Ooh, how unfortunate.
Oh, no, I say fortunate. These are very strong men and have a very strong lineage and a very strong libido. Which,
interesting.
yes.
Well, I'll have you know that I have some very impressive libido in my family line.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant. He was not just,
I know.
not just a player on the court.
He was also a player
on the streets. And
yes.
player on the streets and a slayer in the sheets.
Oh, you dirty boy. Well, anyone else? What about Mussolini? Was I related to him? He was a great man.
Yes, you were related to
I
Mussolini.
was.
Yes.
Am I the only one in history to be related to all these men?
I probably am.
Yes, the chances are quite
slim. Quite slim indeed.
Indeed.com. Well, I must say to you, Dr. Genealogy, you have opened up my eyes to many, many wonders today, and I am delighted to have found out that I've been related to such great characters from across history.
And I'm glad you are so delighted as well, Anne Cestor. And thank you for tuning in to the latest episode of Genealogy with me, Dr. Genealogy. Join us next week where we explore the family history of Jedward.
Well, there you go. Congrats to Anne Cestor.
Yeah.
No relation of Incestor. That's a different person altogether.
Who have we had Incestor on the...
No, but I hear they're coming on soon. Like,
exciting.
Yeah.
Wow, a little teaser
Yeah.
of what's to come. Yeah, interesting family tree
very interesting.
that Anne had.
It's mad that she's related to all of them,
That actually is quite impressive.
and she wasn't aware of.
Any of that. I got the feeling that Anne wasn't fully with it. You know?
Really, I thought she was great.
Completely locked in. Interesting family tree for Dr. Genealogy as well, it has to be said.
Well, just Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, but
wasn't
that's
it?
pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
Kobe Bryant, come on.
he is arguably the GOAT.
Yeah, certainly Dr. Gene would argue that.
Yeah, he's a big fan, but he's biased.
And I would argue that you guys are great.
I think you're class, actually.
Yeah.
I think you guys are the GOAT.
Totally agreed. And if you guys want to keep sending us your GOAT suggestions for sketches and roles, please send them to us at the Roleplay Pod on Instagram or the roleplaypod@gmail.com.
Either one works, and we'd be delighted to receive them.
We would be.
But other than that, thank you so much for listening or watching the Roleplay Pod this week. I've been Ryan Carrick. I've been Simon Embarrassment. Very good. And I've also been Anne Cestor. Thank you so much.
And I have been Simon Hennessy, Brenda Ambassador, and Dr. Genealogy.
Until next time, peace and love.